Hello, Professor Kara and Wentai. Today I'll be presenting you how to run the models, which I've trained on three different feature sets. I've trained these three models for 15,000 epochs as usual, or yeah. So I'll be sharing those results. I would also like to inform you about our current data split. We are using with the previous data set, not the Korean data set, because inside the Korean data set, the numbers are too thick compared to the lines. And so many of our assumptions during the NPT extraction and line detection phases blindly trusts on the fact that each line is going to be thinner than a number or an arrowhead. But this time it's a lot different than what we expected. And in order to do that, you will have to tune the parameters for the line detection. But apparently my finals are coming up, so I do not have time to go through those steps as well. So I'm presenting these to you. So that's how I do the testing, for example, right? So I go inside the EDGNet. The first thing I check is this file called line dataset tests. Right, so usually there will be a process after you run a test, but you always have to delete it before you run another test. So because it's kind of important for the model to run the testing. Okay, so another thing I check is this models. So you will see that we have the I have the three models here, and those are actually descriptors. Like 36 means the first 6 is excluded. 36 means the first 10 is excluded, and like all means everything is included basically. So and those are the feature numbers and so forth. I will now show you where you have to change inside the code in order to run them separately, and we will also take a look at the results together. Okay, so inside the test py, that's where we will look at. So inside the test py, the first thing that you have to check is the directory. So like we're currently pointing at this model. Inside the models, we are telling the test py that this model is a sage, even though I didn't indicate that in the while on the name of the saved model. You have to specify that. Scrolling down, there are also other parameters such as like GAT, GCN. Like if you did our training on any of these, you can basically do your testing pretty much instantly. So yeah, I've told you where to change in the test. Now I will show you where to change inside the line underscore dataset.py under source. So what I will do now is I will just show you how I pick those parameters one by one during the testing phase. All right, so there we go. So we have, this is our this is the part where we select the features. So let me quickly find which line we do that on. All right, right here. So as you can see, you can arrange which features you want to use here. So if you want to use all of the features, then what you do is you omit the last, like you don't include the last, you simply don't include the last feature because that's the label, right? We don't include the label. We only include the features that we have. So now what I will do is I'll just quit this and we'll quickly run our model. So we say Python test.py. All right, as you can see, we prepared the files. It prepared, it shows us the confidence matrices for the NPZs for like each estimation. We can see them on the confusion matrix. So we can see that it's our accuracy when we use all of the features is 0.83. Now I will quickly change some parameters and I will demonstrate some important results from the other feature sets. So in order to do that, first thing I do is I go inside the line data set test, right? And inside that ILS, so you see that process, you always have to remove that RM, RF, process, ls, we have the raw here, okay, cd. So we're now inside the engineering drawing lab. So let me just quickly list that. So we have the line data set, we have the line data set test, we have the source. So the first thing I'll change is the test py. I will change the directory there. So vim test test.py. So you can see these nice directories. Let me quickly find where I copied that. All right, so right now let's try the 30 feature one, okay? The 30 feature version. So we will be excluding the first 10 features. So let me go to that line. All right, so that's why I'm going to paste. All right, I'm going to delete this. Guys, everything seems correct. I don't usually use Vim. I usually do my testing here. So that's the reason why I'm kind of slow. I do my testing locally by using an IDE, so I don't usually like Vim into things. And yeah. So now the next thing I will change is the source. And then inside source, I'll just vim into line dataset dot py. Okay, so inside here, what we have to do is I'm going to change the parameters here. Okay, so this is really important and has to be done in a particular way. So here, you basically write like 6, comma 36. It's actually simple. there are a lot of ways to do this, but I see this way is the most practical. So that's the reason why I wanted to create it like that. So now that we have changed it, let me double check if everything is correctly done here. All right, so now what I will do is escape and then WQ so it saves it. Nice. So now we're ready to run our second test. What I will do now is I'll just Python test.py. All right, great. So now all of a sudden we have 86%. So we have excluded the first 6 features. Let's see what those first 6 features were from our previous trial. So these oops, like how do I drag this? The zoom thing is okay. So now first 6 features and arrows excluded, right? So that's what we have in here. So I'm running the first 4 coordinates, the coefficient of variance and the Zernick moments. Whereas on the first trial, I was running node diagonal length, node aspect ratio, node black box percentage, node black projection percentage, mean P, STDD. I do not necessarily like know what's going on behind these features. I didn't engineer those. Yeah, so let's move on. So let's try it with the last version, right? So the last version here is the first time features only. This is basically what I've done. Like my main, like all of the features that I've extracted are on the right-hand side, and this will be the last trial. So let's move on and see what we have got over that part. So first things first, delete what's inside the line dataset test, right? CD line dataset test. So inside here, I'll just elicit, I'll just RM, RF. So, okay, I'm deleting everything processed. I'm going to ls again. So, okay, it's successfully done. So now what I will do is I will go inside the source, okay? So CD source, and inside source, I will vim into line dataset.py. And once I'm inside there, what I will change this to is, I'll just say 10 to. Got A 10, right? 10 to 36. I'm escaping and I'm just going to click on WQ to save. Okay, hopefully this is going to work out. All right, so, okay, next I get out of here and then I click SH and vim into test.py. Okay, so inside the test.py, I'm going to copy and paste what we have. That's the other path, like the path to the other model. So let me just copy and paste that. Let me just fully copy and paste that. Copy. All right. So next thing, I click on A. I delete all of this. All right, paste. So it's all okay. So it seems nice. So okay, exit WQ. Okay, so test py is ready. Line dataset py is ready. Line dataset test is cleaned from the process. Now we can run the Python test.py. All right, now, perfect. So now we can see that we're back to 83% with the 7 samples we had. So that's what I planned for the second part. I've shown how to use different features, like you also do a similar thing in order to train the model on a specific set of features. I think previously explained that on part 1, but I do not recall. So hopefully this is going to be helpful during the testing phase. This will be the last part. If you have any further questions, please ask them through email, because I will not be available on the upcoming weeks. And see you.